Well, hey YouTube, it's Elvis Ammo here. Hey, today I want to talk about 3 optics that I handpicked from the Fiachi Amazon store. Apparently Fiachi is working real hard to build a brand and prove their brand, and we have Amazon Prime Day coming up on the 21st and the 22nd of June, and these items, along with many others, are going to have a discount from 20 to 50% off. And so I handpicked these items to show you guys and let you know what I think of them. And so in this video I'm going to talk about these 3 optics that I have. I have 2 micro red dots and 1 reflex sight that I'm going to show you the features of for the Fiachi store on Amazon. I'm also going to put a link to the Fiachi store at Amazon, and I'm going to put a link to a Facebook group that they are trying to grow around their brand. So they're pretty serious about it, and so if you like these kinds of videos, please give me a thumbs up. If you're subscribed, if you're not subscribed, go ahead and subscribe to my channel. And one more thing about these optics is a lot of these things that I'm reviewing and showing you guys, most all of them, I am going to be giving away on the Patreon page. So if you'd like to support me in that way, go ahead on over and in the description and click the Patreon link and become a member, and you will be a member in a very small group, so the likelihood of getting some of this stuff will be very good, and I'll appreciate your support over there. So let's get into the review. So what I have here is this is I guess I'll show you this one first. This is kind of their deluxe model, I would say. And these are very budget friendly optics. Now this is a micro red dot, and it turns on, and then you have your lower intensity and higher intensity, and it has 10 different settings. Now most of us are very familiar with a red dot optic, a micro red dot, and our reflex type sights like this. So there's not a lot to explain really when it comes to these things. I know I'm very familiar with them, and I have become very familiar with all 3 of these optics because I have had these for a couple of weeks. I've taken them out to the range and shared them with others to look at, and it's been very positive feedback from me personally. So now one of the things that let me just explain the features of their what I call their deluxe model, the V30. For one thing, the batteries that they take in these are just your regular 2032 batteries, and they go right in the top right here. Now this does nothing other in this. There's no other feature for this except for a battery, for a place to put the battery. So it's not a dial or anything, is what I'm trying to say. So I'll show you a couple of things about it. You have your riser, and just like some of our Holosun sights, they come with a riser for our AR style rifles, and the lower rail mount for, you know, like shotguns and AK mounting, that type of thing. So it's awesome that they come with both mounts, so we can, you know, without having to get a new mount, we can use these for so many different things. So I love that about the Fiachi optic, and it comes in this really nice box, and pretty impressive there for their deluxe model. And it has 10 different settings of brightness on it, and I'm not sure if this is going to come up, you know, for you guys on video here, but I'll just see. You know, what this optic does is it has a lot of the same features that we like on our Holosun or primary arms type sights, where you can turn this on and it'll turn off automatically. In my experience, it's been about a couple of hours. It stays on, then turns off, and then when you pick it back up and move it, or the shake awake type deal, it comes back on. Okay, and but you can still, you know, turn this on and off with, you know, you turn it on, you just touch the on button. To turn it off, it's a long hold. So I'm just going to turn it on, and yeah, let's see. I'm gonna try to get this. I'm gonna try to get this in there for you guys, but let me see if I can make this show up. I tried this before, and it's let's see. I don't know if you can see. It's hard for me to see. There's the dot right there. I don't know if you're going to be able to see that on camera. It's very difficult to do, but you turn it off, and then, you know, to turn it off, you just touch it again and it's off. But these are shake awake. One of the features that I really liked about these is these are your wind engine elevation caps, and there's a lot of threads on it. I really like that. See how much threading you have there, and then you have the back of the cap is your screwdriver that you can stick in here for your elevation and turn it. Gives you a nice, you know, good, you know, good grip, you know, on this cap. So I really like that, and that's on our windage and elevation. And then one of the other features about it is it has this reflection kill on it, or reflection suppressor. You can screw that right onto the front there. I mean, it's great. You know, that's a really nice feature on this. Something that you don't even get with some of your better optics. So that was a very nice, rich feature for the Fiachi V30 right there. Okay, and then it also comes with these flip-up caps, and they press on. You press them on, and then you just flip them up like that, which I really like that. Some people like the bikini caps, and some people like these flip-up caps. But there's you know, one for each side. So you got two of those. And the batteries, the 2032s, it comes with two extra batteries. There's one in there, and it comes with an extra one. And it also comes with these wrenches. You know, for mounting to your Picatinny rail. And this little Allen wrench is so that if you don't want this low mount and you want this riser mount, then you can take these screws out and put your riser mount on. So that pretty much covers it for this deluxe model. And so I've enjoyed these. You know, while I'm not using them or playing with them at the range, I'm turning them on, leaving them on in the shop, turning them back off, leaving it on, and all of those things. So just so you know, The second one that I'm going to show you is the RDS22, and what this one is kind of like the V30, except for it just don't have all the features on it. And some of us like this kind of thing. It's real simple. Nothing can go wrong, right? So it has this this dial on it from 0 to 11. So there's 11 settings on this one, and you turn it on to the mid-range. Oh, and let me just say real quick. Let me back up to the V30. The hours on the battery. The hours on the battery is at its very brightest setting of 10, you get 15.5 hours. But on the medium settings is where we use these the most by a long shot. It's 240 hours on the medium setting and 480 hours on the lowest setting. I just wanted to say that real quick. Okay, so here we go. This one, you have your battery compartment on the dial. This dial actually dials up your settings of brightness intensity. So we'll see if we can just show you that on video. I'm not sure if it's going to or not. Oh God, let's see. Somewhere, I don't know if you're going to see that. Let's see. I think that's the red dot, but there's lots of reflections, and I don't know what you're seeing in there, to be honest with you. But the dots look great. I mean, there's nothing really I can say about the dot. They all look, perfectly, sharp to my eye. And with this one, you also have the low mount, which is affixed to the optic, and then you have the riser, and it just mounts right on your Picatinny rail, and then this just mounts to it. Okay, so that's how this one works, and it has the this bikini style cover for your lenses. I mean, personally, I don't, on my rifles, I leave this off because I expect to use that thing right away. That's how I look at it. But on this one, they do claim these are waterproof and fog proof as well. All right. So that's pretty much it. You have your windage and elevation, along with the all of these threads that I really like personally, with this really nice grip to turn to dial your optic in, and that is that one. And then we move on to the RS30, and this is your Reflex Sight. And now this one, I really love the different what you call them, on this one, you have different, let's see, I'm gonna turn it on, I'll show you. You have different, let me get it in the camera here. I don't know if this one will show up on there. I don't think it's going to. I don't know if you can see that crosshair right there. We'll just try it. I want you to see the different dots that you get. That is a crosshair in a circle, and that's your dot, and that's your crosshair. That's my favorite, and that's your circle dot. I don't know if you can see those. I'm looking in the screen. It looks like you can on this one, but I'm not for sure. But I'm certain it don't show up like it looks to my eye. So you have those 4 different reticles, which I love. I love the crosshair on this one. All right, now to turn this off, it's just a long hold and it turns off. To turn it on, it goes right back to the same intensity that you set it on to begin with. And to get your intensity on this one, you just press the button each time and it goes up, up, up to the highest intensity and then back to the lowest when you've reached the top. All right, and all of these, this one, I had to back up again. This one comes with your 2 batteries. It comes with one for the optic and a spare, and it also comes with a Torx wrench to mount it. All right, and then this one has the features of this one is a little bit different. If there's a downside to this one, it uses, let's see here, I'm going to move some stuff over. It uses the LR44 batteries. Okay, now these are my batteries, and the reason I own these batteries already is because if you're a reloader, you already have some, because it's the same battery that these things take. Okay, so we already have these, so it's not, you know, far-fetched, hard to find or anything like that. These are very common batteries. They're just not the 2032s that maybe we're used to, or some of the others. But they're readily available, they're inexpensive, and the battery compartment is right here. And you unscrew that, and inside what you have is you have a sleeve. And inside that sleeve, open that up, is 3 of those batteries. All right, so there's your 3 batteries inside that sleeve right there, and that's what they are right there. So we already have these kind of batteries. So there, and it also came with a spare, one for the optic and one for a spare. So that was very generous. And this optic as well will turn off. From what I've seen, it looked like it's pretty consistent at about an hour. It just turns off. If it don't. I guess if you let it sit there long enough, it'll just turn off on its own. So anyway, the other feature about it is, in order to set your elevation and windage, it comes with a wrench to do that with, right here. All right, and then once you set your elevation and your windage, there's another wrench right here, and you can lock that in place. So in other words, you can see how you can squeeze this. It's a very strong spring in there. All right, so you're letting the spring rise or fall as you turn it in or out. And then with this wrench right here, you can just lock all of that down. Let's see, am I on the wrong? Yeah. Right here, you can just tighten this and it'll lock that down to where your windage or elevation just doesn't move at all once it's on your rifle. So, and it also comes with a what they call a true co-witness rear sight here, and that one is adjusted the same way. Your windage and elevation would be adjusted just like that. Okay, so 3 very cool optics, very budget-minded company, even for your deluxe models. And now all of us, as far as the mission that you would use these for, I don't know about you, but personally, I have a rifle or two that have budget stuff on it that I don't use as what we call our battle rifle or something like that, so that if you wanted to take a chance with one of these optics, one that you don't know so well, you can always put it on there and you can try them out over time, because I know a lot of us, we like optics that are for our main rifle, for instance. We want something that's tried and true. If this is a company you've never heard of and you're not sure if these things are going to hold up or last and all of that kind of stuff, you can have, like for instance, I've got a 45 carbine, that I'd love to put one of these on myself. One of the optics that I have on there now is a real budget optic that I've had for a long time, but it will go through batteries like you wouldn't believe. These right here will outlast that, and that's actually a name brand, kind of a Walmart name brand probably, on that rifle. But so there you go. So what I'm going to do is I'll put a link to each one of these optics individually, so that if you like one of these that you've seen, and I'll also put a link to the store that they have, because the 21st and the 22nd of June, there's going to be, it's a pretty big deal when Amazon does their Prime Day. So those optics on there that you see, or everything in their store, they have quite a few things. As a matter of fact, if you see something in the store that you would like me to review and check out, take a look at, please let me know in the comment section. All right. So I'll put a link to each individual. I'll put a link to my Patreon if you want to go over there and sign up and be a part of some of these giveaways that we're doing over there, or just want to support me. And I'll also put a link to their Facebook group. So there you go, YouTube. I hope you enjoyed this video, and I'll see you in the next one.